Check if everything is working correctly. It is. We do have the tweet and the stream on Twitter. And let me just check the YouTube channel. Mm. And it's also here. Okay, nice. Perfect. Just come back. Well, just give some moments for people to join in. And once we are ready, we can start everything. Oh, it isn't working on YouTube? Okay, no, it's fine. Nice. Well, hello guys. I hope everything is well with you. Welcome to another episode of the Massa Community Lives. My name is Jean. I'm the head of marketing at Massa, and I'm here with Daniel, which is our BD manager, as always. And today we have the pleasure to have two other guests, Kenza and Ala, if I'm saying that correctly. I hope so. And they are both from the Shiftys marketplace. So how are you guys?
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for hosting us today. We're super happy to be here.
Yeah, hello,
Perfect.
everyone. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the Massa team for having us today in this meeting.
Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you guys for joining. We're happy to have you here. So yeah, you are here to talk with us today about the Shiftys marketplace that is, I think, launching very soon. Maybe explain a little bit how it works a bit better, and probably even show us a product, a demo of the product.
Absolutely, absolutely. So very quickly, my name is Kenza. I'm the project manager of Shiftys. A lot of you probably have known Shiftys as Chameleon, which was the first name that we came up with for the marketplace. And that marketplace hosted the Chameleon's NFT collection, which had a lot of traction, I think, in the end of the summer of last year. And we took a lot of feedback from the community, a lot of internal feedback as well, and decided that we had to work a little bit on the marketplace and decide to kind of give it a revamp. So we all worked together to come up with the word Shiftys for the marketplace and rename it that way. But also we did a massive work on the UX UI of the marketplace. And I want to give a big shout out to the team because they've been extraordinary, working with really tight deadlines. And so we're super happy to have today Shiftys, and we'll show you how it looks today. But yeah, so for some people who knew Chameleon, it is now called Shiftys, and what the marketplace does is that it's built on Massa, obviously, and it allows artists, creators, gamers, collectors to really interact in a quite a new way. And I'd like to say that Shiftys is really a place for experimentation, as one of the key features of the marketplace is that you can create collections that evolved with time or with other triggers. So today, if you're an artist and you have a collection and you're intrigued and creating some evolution to your artworks or characters or anything that you've created, when you have three possibilities, you can trigger evolution with time. And so link your evolution to events. We've done this with the Chameleons collection. We tied it to Halloween. So if you had a chameleon and it happened to be Halloween, then you would see your chameleon evolve with a Halloween costume. And so you can play around with this and even stretch it to work on something even more complicated than just holiday evolution. But you can also link it to the price of a currency. So today we enable evolution based on the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Massa price. So let's say you want your artworks to change once Bitcoin hits 80,000, then you can do that. And the last trigger, and Ale will give you so much more details than what I'm doing right now, because he's the head of tech at Shiftys. But the last evolution is going to be based on ownership. So once you acquire an artwork and you decide to sell it, then that artwork might evolve with the change in ownership. So there's a lot of things that you can play around with. And we're super happy and excited to be able to launch it properly, and kind of leave that to the community to use it as their pleases. But it's really for everyone to experiment with.
Okay, perfect. Very nice. Very nice use of the ASC, so that's very nice to see. Do you want Ala to start showing something, or maybe we had some different questions? So as you want, if you want, you can do it that way.
Yeah, I think we can dive right in. If Ale, you're ready, we can just go.
Yeah, yes, of course, we can start. So let me just share my screen. Okay. And okay, perfect. So yeah, can you just tell me, guys, if you can see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So
there we have it.
So yeah, as Kenza said before, we just implemented a new design for the marketplace. So as you can see, this is the homepage, and yeah, and the first thing that you can notice from the homepage, you can see that our marketplace can provide collections that can evolve with certain conditions. Okay, and of course, you can see like the popular NFTs that can be included or that exist on the marketplace. So just with if you want to see the collections created on the marketplace, you can click on explore and you can see all the collections created. So this version is built now on top of the testnet network, and it's going to be like available soon on the mainnet network. Perfect. So yeah, also you will find in the mainnet network, you will find the collection of chameleons. It will be implemented directly in this marketplace, and then you can start trading your NFTs or your owned NFTs in the Chameleons network or in the Chameleons collection. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yes, okay. One of the functionalities is you can create your collection. So yeah, you can like create your collection or import an already existed collection. So yeah, this part is creating collection directly from the marketplace. So basically, we provide three type of collections. The first one is the regular collection, which is like a simple collection that follows the EHC 721 standard. And the second one is the fractional collection. So this fractional collection makes the NFT owner to have the ability to fractionalize his NFT into multiple fractions. And of course, he can trade those fractions between him and other users. And finally, and the most important one, which is the conditional evolvable collection. Okay, so yeah, this collection is the collection that makes the collection owner to have the ability to implement some evolutions into his NFTs or into the NFTs that already minted in the collection. Yeah. So the I'm just going to show you like the types of the of the evolutions. So yeah, if I just can, yeah, I can like click on evolutions and create evolutions. So yeah, these are all the triggers that we provide in order to implement your evolution. So as Kenza said, you can link your evolution with the currency price. So for example, if you link the price of the evolution with, for example, the price of Massa, and you said when the price of Massa is like is above $1, for example, the evolution will be executed automatically. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly the example. Okay, and okay, I'm just going to Wait. Yes. Just going to show you like an example. Okay, quick example.
I just want to add that obviously, to be able to use the marketplace, you do need to have a Bearby wallet. So you need to kind of understand how the Massa blockchain works and acquire some Mats to be able to mint or acquire some artworks on the marketplace.
Can you do it through the Massa station also and MetaMask Snap, or those are not?
Yes. Yeah, for example, for
Okay.
now you can connect with Massa Station and Bearby Wallet, and as soon as possible we are going to implement the MetaMask Snap. Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. So yeah, as you can see, we provide three tokens as triggers. Okay. Massa, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Okay, so you can select the token and the operator above or below, and you can implement your price. That's it. That's exactly the evolution, the price evolution trigger. Also, you have the ability to link your evolution with an ownership of another NFT. So, for example, you can say if the NFT number one from my existed collection, okay, is traded, or the ownership of that NFT changed, automatically the evolution will be executed. Okay, that's exactly the idea. And the final one is the time-based evolution. So you can link your evolution depending on certain time or an exact time. So, for example, you can schedule your evolution in the next week or in the next month, for example, and your evolution will be executed at that time.
We actually we're
Nice.
working with an artist who wants to trigger his evolution in 2081. So it's quite funny how some artists might even think in the very far future and question some sort of like philosophical question as to, will the blockchain still be there? Obviously, we're pretty sure it will. Or like, will the marketplace still be there by then? And so it becomes almost automatically some piece of history if you own that work.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that like one of the partnerships that you have for the launch? Are you already working with these guys? Do you have something else in mind?
Yeah. So what we'll be kind of developing is the possibility for the community to mint. So what we will call community drops. So everyone can enter the marketplace, create an account, and mint their collection. And obviously, you can also mint sender collection. Like, it doesn't have to have the evolvability feature. You can also mint just traditional collection if you want to. And then we will have curated drops. So we're going to invite some artists and we're going to have like a programming schedule. And so artists will be invited to come and mint some special projects on the platform. For these specific invited artists, will also be so there will be a blog feature on the marketplace where we will have conversations about their processes, interviews. So it will be a bit more towards like what they wanted to convey with this evolution. So what did the evolution add as value to their artworks? So this is what we have coming up.
Okay, nice. Very nice.
Great. Yeah, that's it from my part. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much as
well. I was just checking the questions. There was JCB asking if we can combine. I don't really understand. If you can maybe...
Maybe he's thinking of a more classical evolution style, like in other blockchains in the past, so potentially mutations.
Or combine the type of evolution, perhaps?
Maybe combine the type of evolution, or the type of triggers. I don't know.
If he means like to combine the type of evolutions, I don't think so. He's able to do that. So he just can link his evolution into one trigger, but he can like mix. He can like make multiple evolutions at the same time. So at first he can implement his first evolution with the crypto price, and then after executing that evolution, or after registering that evolution in the network, he can add another evolution with the other with the other trigger, for example.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you can do evolution as much time as you want, as many times as you want. Sorry, for the same NFT. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So okay, nice. And a question maybe for you, Kenza. How can people, and maybe all these members of the community that are watching us, how can they get involved or contribute? Maybe for the launch, or even after the launch.
Yes, absolutely. And someone just asked, where is the marketing? That's a very nice question. Yeah, so there are a few things that the community can obviously help with. We just launched all of our channels a bit at the same time. So the Discord, the Telegram, and the Twitter, they all have different, let's say, roles. So Discord will mainly be around support and some community, just interacting, giving advice to each other, testing things, a lot of feedback on Discord. Telegram is main announcement, main chat probably as well. And then Twitter is obviously or X is where we're going to post everything. And so the community can help just spread the word about Shiftys. There's also, I wanted to mention that, so as soon as we're going live, next Wednesday, everyone who's owned a chameleons or wanted to own one will be able to trade them again or mint them starting that time. So it's also a big moment for everyone within the community who's been following the collection. They will be able to go back and experiment with that, because there is a roadmap for that collection as well that will continue. And then we'll do our official launch with our invited artist, and we'll tell more about him very soon.
Secret.
And
Okay.
so yeah, so that's for now. Like, how the community can help is definitely just join us on socials, follow us, interact, provide any ideas that they have. We're super open. Like, we're usually very, very happy to receive any new ideas or feedback. So anything that comes to mind is always welcome.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we
By the way,
would
let me
definitely.
just. Sorry, no, I was just saying I'll just drop the Twitter link here so that people can go and check it
Okay.
directly.
Yeah,
Sorry,
hopefully
you
our
wanna
community
go?
can help as well, because this is definitely one of the better showcases that we've had so far of ASC technology, and it's quite unique to our chain and to the blockchain in general. I don't think there's any other chains that are doing it exactly in the same way that you guys are. And the same types of applications of ASC and time-based evolutions, they shouldn't just be tied to NFTs necessarily, but they could definitely be expanded in the future to other applications as well. So it will be interesting to see what people can do with this.
Yeah, therefore, hopefully we'll inspire others to do even, I don't know, even crazier things than what we do, or if they are fast enough, because I guess we're not stopping there as it comes to Shiftys. So we have also an incredible tech team. So behind Ale, there's also two fantastic women working with him, Taqwa and Muneh, and I just want to give a big shout out because they've been working on the back end, the front end for the past few weeks. And also take the time as well to honestly thank the whole team. including the creative team. So we have Nadia, Ahmed, and Nouri Melik. They've been super helpful, and they're behind the logos that you see, all the visuals. We also have a great marketing team, Habiba and Emir working with us, Mohammed Amin as well. Anyway, we're a very big team. Hopefully we'll expand. I just want to say thank you to everyone. And hopefully for the next few days, so you'll see a bit more of us on socials. We'll start, teasing on the curated drop coming up. And yeah, so if anyone wants to keep up with us, I guess following us on social is the best thing to do.
Yeah, totally perfect. Do you have any plans, by the way, to maybe do some partnerships with already existing projects inside the Massa ecosystem, or maybe that could be an idea for the near future?
We're super open to it. We've been working with EvoBots. Obviously, the team has launched some quests. So for everyone who doesn't know that project, it's really worth checking it out. And so you can enroll and do some of the quests that are in there, and also test it in app Telegram game. And so yes, we'd love to connect a bit more with the whole Massa ecosystem. Obviously, this is something that we want to do, but also perhaps establish marketplace partnerships. Across different blockchains or across different sort of Web2, Web3. Well, we'll see, but definitely business development is on our mind.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I just sent, by the way, also the link for EvoBot in case anyone wants to go in and check it. I don't know, maybe do you have something else to add? Something that you would like to talk about?
For me now, Ale, do you want to add something?
No, I think everything is clear. So yeah, if the community have any question, they can just drop the question and we can answer to it.
Perfect. And yeah, we'll make our best also to share everything for the launch and keep everyone updated on that.
Yeah, lovely. Well, thank you again for hosting us today. It was lovely. And yes, if anyone watches this after the live, they can, join our Discord or ask their question directly on Twitter. Would be happy to provide some more information. And yeah, just looking forward to next Wednesday. Marketplace will be live. You'll be able to come in, test it out, mentor chameleons. And so yeah, a lot to look forward to.
Perfect.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for all of the hard work you've been putting into Massa. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for the trust.
Thank you very much. Nice. Then, okay.
Okay, we are back to Massa business. Okay,
Yes.
so I think in the remaining time of this community live, which is probably going to be around, we have like 47 minutes left, so that's a good amount of time. If we cover an entire hour, we will probably be discussing a little bit of the updates, some of the stuff that we've been doing behind the scenes in the past month or so, since we've been able to really touch them. And also, we would like to answer some of your guys' questions. We know that you've asked in the group in the past, so if there's any pressing question, matter, or issue, or anything else that might arise, feel free to ask it now, and we will try to get to it. I don't know, Joao, should we do it while we are presenting things, or maybe at the end of the community live?
That's a good question. I would say it depends on what type of questions we have. But yeah, we had some topics that we wanted to cover last time that we didn't have time. Maybe we should go first into that. What do you think?
Yeah, and yeah, if it's questions that are pertinent to the discussion here, then we'll answer them as we go.
Exactly. Let me just check. I don't know if I should share my screen.
I don't think it's necessary.
It was mainly just for the website stuff, but one of the subjects that we wanted to touch this time is about kind of the future vision that we have for Massa, the stuff that we've been working on. And of course, one of the projects that we really wanted to work on also was to how should that impact the website that we have, because it's kind of the front page of everything that we do. And so I think, as I was already explaining a little bit last time, I think the main vision for Massa was already here. It has always been about decentralization. I think that hasn't changed in a long time. If you read the white paper today, I think most of the main ideas are still the same. And also the tech that was, I would say, visioned by the team answers to the same type of problems. So the main idea and the work that has been done here was to pick all of this information, the vision, the problems, the ideas that we also had, and also the goals, and to try to shape everything into maybe a more clear message. So that's how we got this Massa as the host of freedom that we are pushing right now, and I think this explains very well the idea that we have. So the website that we had until now, I think it started to be maybe a bit outdated. We can't really forget that everything started in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Even I would say the crypto industry and Web3 overall was very different at that moment. The goals were not the same, the narrative were not the same, neither the tech and the adoption and the way that we used to do stuff. I think we were quite far away from this kind of attention market that we have right now. And I think at that time, probably a lot of projects were trying to develop, I would say, better basis for the industry. So decentralized chains with X amount of nodes, X amount of TPX per second, scalability, etc. So that's also what made part of the previous website that we had. And Massa was positioned for that. But yeah, I think overall Web3 moves very quickly. The market moves very fast, and also the narratives and the goals change. So we needed to adapt quite quickly. So now when you go into the website, at least I hope that that's the case, that we try to bring a different narrative, and the first stuff that you see is not really about the very deep tech, but more about something that the user, the average user, can maybe understand. And I think that was the main objective for us. So yeah, instead of trying to focus more on numbers, which maybe for the average user is not very clear, I think the idea was to, because of the tech that we have, just try to put in front the use cases instead of the tech. So which also helps to explain the core features. So that's nice. And yeah, I think having, for example, the project that we had today, Shiftys, or even maybe Adamant, I think it now is trying to getting tied into a very clear message from what we want to do and what can be our goals. So yeah, that's the idea. We try to apply this to the website, trying to make things very clear. And I really hope you like it. So yeah. I don't know if you want to add anything. You'll like it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think it's really important. For sure in Web3, a big thing that makes projects successful or breaks them is narrative. And the blockchain trilemma and the issues around scalability is something that many other blockchains have done more or less successfully. And even if we have done it quite successfully in our case, it's not a concrete narrative that you should really put at the forefront. So with the redesign, we really wanted to show our goals with all of this. Why do we need a blockchain that is hyper scalable? Why do we need all of these technologies? We wanted to have something that is right in your face. In 5 seconds, you can understand exactly what it does and what potential benefits it has for you.
I agree. So that's exactly the thing. Trying to I think the main idea was so that people can understand very quickly what we do with a very clear message, even for us internally, so that we can explain it very easily too. So yeah, that's what all the freedom is about. The main features that we have, the highlight of the different products that we are developing, and that some of them are already live, and bring all of this to the website, which probably could make me get into something that you will probably explain better than me, Daniel. It's now that we have this, how are we going to push this narrative forward?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So we have a lot of activities that we've been focusing on. As you guys have seen, we're trying to increase the amount of community lives that we do so we can keep you up to date with things that are going on. Thankfully, we also have a lot of projects to show with this, so we're going to continue in the next coming weeks. I think there's going to be many other projects from the ecosystem that we can showcase. We're trying to work on, essentially, as Joao said, building this entire ecosystem of things that center around the narrative. So we don't just have an idea that we keep yapping about, but we have actual products to show for it that people can use. Down the line, very soon, we will also work on some outdated bounties and grants to fit our vision a little bit better. This is also because of a lot of the bounties that we've had in the past have been completed by now, and you should be seeing a lot of these very soon. So as far as this goes, for bounties, users will also have access to their smart contract code, and they will be able to play with it. So if any of you in the community see one of the future bounty programs that are being launched, you can feel free to take over it and continue to develop it or to manage it yourself. We'd be more than happy to see something like that. Some of these that are really good showcases are the decentralized social media platform, for example, which has been delivered and is about to be completed. Essentially, it had a few bugs that needed to be fixed. This one would essentially be like a Facebook of sorts that people can use directly on the Massa blockchain. So you'll be able to have essentially a place where all of the information that you post is stored forever. Every single action on that platform is going to be a transaction. And yeah, nobody would be able to take your tweets down, essentially. But we'll have to think of some ways to control moderation on a platform like that as well. But we are very excited to show it. There's also going to be an on-chain media platform, or more of a medium-like platform that is coming out of the bounties as well. So again, sticking to the same narrative, but this one will probably be more in the journalism department. So it will allow people to talk about essentially anything they want, political news, any types of controversial dramas or things that might happen around the world that other platforms might block. This could be a good place to make sure that we can keep those alive. And hopefully we can work with some journalists that are well known that would like to post their content on something like this. Decentralized chat was another one, and there's a team working for it. Thankfully, for now, we have Adamant that is already live, so you guys can already check that. If you need a decentralized messenger that is actually decentralized, not like Telegram or other platforms. And yeah, many others are coming. All of these that I mentioned are regarding bounties, but from the grant program, there's projects that are much more complete, some of which are actually going to be quite game-changing for the ecosystem as far as what the average user can do and the kind of control that they can have across the network. So I don't know how many details I should give about this stuff, but yeah, you'll be seeing it in a few weeks, most likely. It'll be fun because it's something that will directly interact with liquidity, TVL of the chain, hopefully. And we're really excited to see how that plays out when the community has a hang of it.
Yeah, and I was wondering if I don't know, maybe you guys can put it on the comments, but if for some of these projects you would like to maybe test it during the buildnet phase, in terms of just testing it and playing around with things, and maybe give us also some feedback, because I think for some of the projects that could be something nice to do. But yeah, if you are up for it, and just let us know, and we can discuss with the teams.
Yeah, particularly for grant projects, I think, that are not going to be completely open source all of the time. I think we could have a demo beta period where we can test things with users if they want to take a look at it in advance.
Yeah,
We can try to think of some campaigns around that, yeah.
Before you jump into something else, I was just checking. Block Hunter is asking for the mobile wallet, the native mobile wallet. Yeah, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. I think the next big thing around the wallet is mainly the UI and the UX that needs some work. But yeah, we are getting updates every week. It's not live yet. It's maybe one of the things that we could try into to have a better version. So that you guys could check it. But yeah, for now, I can't really tell exactly when it's going to be live, but we are hoping that it's going to be very soon. But yeah.
Yeah, most of it is redesign based right now. But we're hoping that we can have a public version as soon as possible. And this could be another one that we can test internally with the community as soon as we have a public version ready. Then for DWeb as well, which is a big topic, we are trying to focus our attention not just towards internal projects in our ecosystem, but trying to get attention from external sources. So we are contacting a lot of big DeFi players from big blockchains that aren't related to Massa, but that could benefit from the technology. A lot of the biggest platforms that you guys probably use on other chains are still hosted on centralized infrastructure. So even if those projects might not deploy their contracts or integrate Massa completely, having their front end on DWeb is actually quite easy for them. So we are trying to urge them to do something like that for them to stay safer, and also for us to get a little bit more attention through them. So there's a lot of research in that field, and then also in alternative fields as well. We are looking in the more freedom of speech directions to see if we could find some other partners, potentially platforms that are on-chain, not on-chain, sorry, but data libraries in Web 2. Platforms that host university information, that host scientific data, that host books, any piece of information that you would not want to be taken offline. Those would be really cool use cases for us as well. So yeah, this could also be a bit more in the direction of a narrative that is similar to Tor and some of the stuff that is happening on there. But there's definitely a lot of opportunities that we can take advantage of right now.
Yes, I totally agree. And yeah, by the way, maybe I can talk a little bit about something that we are working on, some of the ideas to push the web also, not only into the BD work where we try to find some partners to work directly with, but we are thinking about doing some kind of DWeb contest. So I think you guys can stay tuned for that. The idea is that we have the more people using DWeb, especially on the community, because yeah, we would like for you guys to use it, to give us some feedback, to see how it works, and even try to incentivize the usage of the web inside the Massa ecosystem. And I'm pretty sure we can get some very nice ideas from that. So yeah, we'll give more info about this very soon also.
Yep. Then what else do we have on the automation side? There's been some improvements as well, some of them technical with guaranteed execution. And then we're also potentially exploring an expansion of this to other ecosystems down the line that would allow hopefully other blockchains and projects from other blockchains to take advantage of the decentralized automations that we can offer on our chain. So this is an ongoing thing. It's not incredibly easy, so it requires a lot of BD research and also technical research, but it is something that could expand our potential in very vast areas of the blockchain and not just in our own ecosystem. And then, yeah, people are asking about marketing. So we do have a plan for this. We are increasing our activities a lot, particularly in the next month. So I think, João, maybe you can touch on some of the topics as well. But to put it very shortly, we will be increasing our questing activities. So trying to utilize different platforms and leverage different user bases for this. We will be working on the DWeb integrations, as I said, with different types of DeFi projects that we can get on our chain and create content around that. We will be, some of them are still under discussion, so we will see how it goes, but we are trying our best to have the biggest ones possible.
Yeah. But even just to touch on the quest part of things, sorry to interrupt you, but one of the things that, because I think some of the people might have questions about it, that's sometimes it can be very easy to increase all the activity that we have thanks to these quest platforms. But the thing is that Massa is not an EVM chain, it's not EVM compatible. So the thing is that most of the time it's very expensive to try to integrate these platforms where you have a lot of users, which could be very good for us, but it's either it needs to go through a lot of negotiation, or it's very difficult or very expensive. So I think what's starting to happen now, which is quite good in my opinion for us, is that we have this kind of new narrative. We have some projects that are, as Daniel was saying, we have a lot of bounties that are coming out. We have some other projects that are the result of the grant program. And so with everything that we have here, I think the idea is to try to put people inside of this ecosystem that can work this way, and try to incentivize the usage of that. Because with all of these different products and projects inside the Massa ecosystem, I think it can be much more easy to go around and use stuff in a much simpler way. So yeah.
Yeah, and while we might have certain limitations because of our non-EVM status, thanks to all of the grant projects and things that are happening inside our ecosystem right now, we will be able to figure out ways to reward the users that are directly on chain through all of these projects. So we can have sort of a questing platform of our own internally.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll be working a lot on that, increasing our brand identity. I know that people want to see numbers go up, so we will try our best to achieve that. There are discussions around a hackathon being organized as well. The first one will most likely be on Dora hacks, and then we will see in a later part of the year if we can hold something else that is offline potentially. So hopefully, we will have some news about that. The goal would be to incentivize more developers to take a look at our ecosystem, have some workshops so we can get them closer to the technology, and see if we can get some new ideas that could potentially turn into a new grant and a new platform that can be launched on Massa. And of course, getting some more attention for the chain in general. And yeah, PR as well is something else that we are looking into. So we're talking to several firms that manage this and several companies that are in the PR space to see what kind of prices we can have and what kind of engagement we can get through certain posts on there. We will be working close to the narrative of things that are going on. So if we're focused around DWeb and the DWeb competition, that will probably be the narrative for something like this in the next month. And whatever else it might be, automations, any big projects from our ecosystem, will be focusing on those in the future.
Exactly, 100%. One of the things I can say that we don't have on our plans is KOLs, because I know a lot of people ask about it, but to be honest, most of the time is just spending money for nothing. I don't think that's the most organic way to bring activity, to bring any attention to the chain and even the projects inside Massa. So yeah. For those that keep asking the same question, it's not something that we have in plan because one, it's very expensive with a ROI that is very, very low. And most of the time, besides, maybe you could work with someone that could be like an ambassador, a true ambassador, someone that really likes the tech and what we are doing, which is not that easy. But most of the time, these people just either take the money or the tokens and they don't really care about it. So yeah, I don't think that's one of the goals that we have right now.
Okay. Should we go through some questions?
Yeah, we can. I think there was a question about the lending and borrowing platform.
Wait, I think there were some
part
before
of the
that.
bounty.
Love these comprehensive calls. Can we have weekly calls to update every project in the ecosystem? Yeah, for the time being, I think we will continue with the weekly structure, especially since we have quite a few topics to cover in the next week. I think Joao said it last week as well at one point, but we will have the founders back next week to
Yeah.
cover a topic. And we
The
definitely have other
governance.
projects. We have other projects for the week after that and the week after that, most likely. So we will try to squeeze those in.
Exactly.
We talked about the mobile wallet a bit already. Lending and borrowing platform, yeah. So the lending and borrowing was a bounty. So I believe it has been delivered as already, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if all
Yes,
of the open source code is public for people to use, but if it is, we will do an announcement about it and
it was
give
mostly
people
the
a
smart
heads up.
contract, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I think there might have been a team that wanted to take over it, but we'll have to check on that. Status of Uniswap v2, that one is going very well, and I think you'll be hearing about it in the next few weeks. And it'll be a lot more than just Uniswap v2. It's quite a lot more than that. They've done an incredible job with that one.
Secret.
Which platforms will you be using to get more users? I think, to be honest, the Uniswap v2 like platform is going to be very good for this, for several features that they've integrated into it. I think that not only because it offers a more classical DEX experience for people that are familiar with something like that, but they've integrated other stuff that was missing from our chain, and that was really hard to integrate with external providers because they had incredible expenses for something like that. So I think this will help a lot. And having a Uni v2 like platform is also going to help with expansion of other projects. So people that want to launch farms or any other types of protocols, they will be able to host their liquidity much easier. So we're hoping that that's going to result in a lot more users as well, because it will give users a lot more opportunities to do things on chain.
Oh, but I think he was probably asking about because I think we were talking about the quests at that time.
Oh yeah, true. Well,
So
but my
yeah,
point still stands.
yeah, your point is very valid. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. On the different platforms, there's a lot of stuff. You have some websites like Zilly, Galx, Quest, and some others, Interact, stuff like that. So we are trying to look into every single one of them. But what can also happen with some of these platforms is that you get a lot of people that are just interested in the money or trying to farm everything, every single thing that there's out there. So yeah, we are also taking a look into how we can bring people from that we can then keep. So that's the idea, to have like an entry point. In my opinion, to be honest, I think one of the things that could work well in this side is a game, for example, like EvoBots. I think that can be a very good way for people to enter the Massa ecosystem. But then with all the new projects that we have coming, I think it's going to be much easier to get those numbers.
Yeah. EvoBots, yeah, it can also be a good questing platform for us down the line that we can leverage for the chain. Since if they manage to reach exponential growth, it's going to be really good for that. And it's going to unite users from all walks of Web3 and also people that are not really tied into Web3 that could be introduced to our tech. Yeah, people were asking about Dora hacks. So actually, I just finished drafting a document for that today. Right now, we're essentially looking into some people from the labs team, so from the development team that could help us with it, because we will need technical developers that can overlook some of the submissions that are going to be created through there. And hopefully we can have a workshop for the hackers as well, so they can be introduced to the technology properly. We should have a date for that relatively soon. So we'll update you guys as soon as we have something like that. If no KOLs will be used, how will you do PR? Which media channel will you use to promote? So I think KOLs are one of the hardest forms of promotion that you can utilize right now, especially for serious matters. There are still some of them that are performing relatively well in the meme coin space, I would say, but for serious topics, it would seem like it's not the best conversion tool at the moment. PRs could be better because there aren't just publications that are focused around Web3, but there's a lot of publications that are focused around privacy, around decentralization in general, around censorship, and many other causes that we are interested in. So we would have a better chance of attacking demographics that actually interest us. EvoBots have to mostly use Ton blockchain since it's a Telegram game. Do we have a plan for new games? Yeah, on Telegram they will mostly have to use Ton blockchain, but that's specifically related to Telegram usage. So outside of that, they can implement clever ways on their web app to do certain things. So yeah, I urge you to take a look at EvoBots and see how they're managing this. They're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, otherwise we'll just tell some secrets. But yeah, and then okay, sorry, do you have something else?
Oh no, it's related to his next question. Yeah, I mean, for games that are fully using the technology, they would have to be hosted through us. The only problem with that is that you would be losing a lot of potential user base, and that's the advantage of Telegram, right? The fact that you're open to millions of people that could enter your project. They have a pretty good funnel for that. So there was a bounty as well on our chain about a tower game, I believe. And there are some people that applied to the grant with games, but they weren't really developed enough for us to consider them, or maybe they were just focused on other chains as well at the same time. But it's definitely something that we can explore. A casino on freedom? What does that mean?
Casino on freedom. Decentralized casino?
Maybe
that's the idea. But yeah, and then other than that, I think we'll try to double down a little bit also on the events. We'll be co-hosting a side event with Certic. That was validated just a few days ago. For the Paris Blockchain Week. In June, we'll also be present with a booth, by the way, at ETHCC Cannes. And there's also, of course, some other that we are looking into to either send some of the team members or to go there and with some side event or a presentation, something different.
Yep. So I think the guy that asked about the casino is someone that lives quite closely to me. So Jiku, while I do understand your passion as someone that comes from the same region as you, I don't know if the founders would like to get into casinos for now. Is there any RWA project on the line? There's definitely been discussions around it, and I believe there are some people that would be interested. We've gotten some grant proposals for RWA projects, some of them that were quite promising, at least in the interface that they used. But a lot of these projects are typically focused on around 10 different blockchains at the same time. So we haven't found one that is fully dedicated to just sticking with us. But I think it would be really good. And I think for RWA, our technology can help a lot, specifically through autonomous smart contracts and through things that we already have like Sintra, because we could easily automate payments. We could automate the delivery of what do you call them, of dividends from property. So if a group of people buys a property and they have a management company that is taking care of it and earning from rentals, it would be quite easy through our technology to deliver all of those dividends to the investors. It would be quite easy even to have rental systems, so people that are renting apartments directly through Massa technology, because again, recurring payments are very easy to manage. It's definitely a topic that is interesting to us for sure.
To pay the rent. Yeah, I think we had some discussion with a project at some point, but apart from the blurb, I didn't really see any development on that. But yeah, it can be an idea. Yeah, paying the rent with something like Sintra, for example.
Yep.
But yeah,
You heard from Damir that the big integration is coming. I will not speak on his behalf, but you can ask him next week. Maybe he will be able to answer. Any integration with other big ecosystems like Hedera, ICP, Algorand. Some ecosystems don't want to work with other blockchains because they consider them competitors. Other ones are a little bit happier. So I am discussing with some of them. I won't name them until we have something public, but they're quite big blockchains. And the main goal that we have behind this is essentially the fact that we want to help them. So they have a lot of projects that are hosted on centralized infrastructure. We can change that very easily and give those projects decentralized front ends, while also cutting all of their front end hosting expenses, because they won't have to pay recurring payments to AWS or any other service to host their front end. We can
maybe
take
we
care of
should.
all of that, and we love all projects from all blockchains.
Maybe we should put a bounty about the casino, because everyone is talking about it. Do you want a casino then? Something
Romanians,
similar to
Moldovans, and other people from Eastern Europe would go crazy for that.
Something similar to Polymarket would be good. Yeah.
It would be good, yeah. Polymarket, though, is another one that goes very heavily off of hype, and it might contain controversial topics that people vote on. But
I don't know. Yeah, there was a discussion with the journalist project, but
yeah,
it was a bit different.
any plans to list on new exchanges? Yeah, definitely. We have some things in the works. We are trying, but some of the tier ones are completely ridiculous as far as their pricing goes. But we are having conversations with them for sure.
And the market is not you're not in the best case scenario, I would say, to do something like that. But yeah, you can imagine we can really give a lot of info on that. But yeah, we have discussions on that matter. Ships that came out of ETH Denver. I think pretty much all of the contacts that were there, we are going through the list. And yeah, I think on the lab side there's more stuff about it. There's maybe some more concrete discussions, but yeah.
I know you would do the casino bounty yourself. I'm sure you would. Okay.
Nice. Well, I'll put it on the to-do list of the bounty.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. Okay. I think this one stretched quite a bit. We're almost at 1 hour.
Already. It's true.
But it's fun to answer questions. So we can do this again in some of the future ones. We might not be present in the next community live, but in the one after that, we can answer some more pressing questions.
Yeah, so next week, as we were saying, it's going to be with Sebastian and Damir about the governance. So I think they are very excited to show you all the work that has been put there. And after that, I can really tell the subject for now, but there's another special guest that we will have. So yeah, stay tuned. I hope you also like this one. Again, as always, you can ask any questions that you want on the Twitter. We'll come back to them. This is going to be available on YouTube and Twitter. So you can come back and rewatch if you want. And
yeah,
if that's all, I think
we're quite busy with stuff, but we will try to stick around the Telegram group as well. So you can try to ping us if you have any direct questions to us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, true. Thank you for mentioning that.
All right.
Nice. It was a good one. Yeah, I hope to see everyone next week. And yeah, I think we can wrap it up.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, again for being here.
Have a good
See you
evening.
next time.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.